What would you do if the fate of an entire nation rested in your hands? For Georgy Zhukov, this was no hypothetical, it was reality. As one of the Soviet Union's most skilled military commanders, Zhukov's decisions during World War II didn't just change battles, they changed the course of history. Zhukov's journey began humbly. Born in 1896 to a poor peasant family, he worked his way up the ranks of the Red Army. But it was in the crucible of World War II that his tactical brilliance truly emerged. One of his first great challenges came in the Battle of Moscow in 1941. The Nazis, believing Moscow's fall to be imminent, pressed forward relentlessly. But Zhukov wasn't about to surrender. In a desperate situation, he turned the tide, using fresh Siberian reinforcements and the brutal Russian winter to launch a counter-offensive that sent the German forces reeling. It was a victory that seemed improbable, yet Zhukov pulled it off, establishing himself as a master of defensive warfare. But here's where the intrigue sets in. Stalin, deeply distrustful of even his most successful generals, didn't entirely trust Zhukov. Despite Zhukov's critical role in saving the capital, Stalin kept him at arm's length, fearing his rising popularity. This tension would haunt Zhukov throughout the war, even as he continued to deliver victory after victory. One of those victories was the Battle of Stalingrad. In late 1942, Zhukov masterminded Operation Uranus, a brilliant encirclement strategy that trapped the German Sixth Army, leading to their eventual surrender. His keen ability to see beyond the immediate battle, to anticipate enemy movements and exploit weaknesses, became his trademark. Stalingrad wasn't just a turning point for the Soviet Union, it was a turning point in World War II, and Zhukov was the man behind it. In the final push to end the war, Zhukov was chosen to lead the assault on Berlin. His strategy? Relentless pressure from all sides, coordinated with staggering precision. The Battle of Berlin was brutal and costly, but Zhukov's ability to orchestrate a combined arms assault, integrating artillery, tanks and infantry, ensured a swift Soviet victory and the capture of the German capital. Georgy Zhukov's life, however, wasn't one of unbroken triumph. Despite his battlefield successes, Stalin's paranoia often relegated him to the sidelines in the post-war years. It wasn't until after Stalin's death that Zhukov re-emerged in Soviet politics, celebrated once more as a war hero. Yet, for all his accomplishments, the man who had defended Moscow, triumphed at Stalingrad, and conquered Berlin died quietly on June 18, 1974. His legacy solidified, but his life shrouded in the complexities of his relationship with Soviet power. Zhukov remains a figure of military genius, a man whose tactics and strategies are still studied today. His victories were not just due to brute force, but to his ability to think several moves ahead, to outsmart his opponents, and to never lose sight of the bigger picture, even in moments of chaos.